Greetings, everyone. I'm Richard Dasher. I direct the U.S. Asia Technology Management Center at Stanford University, and I'd like to start by thanking the organizers of NatCon for inviting me to speak to you today. I think it's a great thing that you're doing. That is all for your initiative and also for the organization you've been doing to make this event happen. Today, I'll talk to everyone a little bit about how you can have an impact on climate change. There are ways for one to make a difference. Some people are involved with businesses, products, and services that directly address climate change, or developing new green technologies or new energy systems. Other people are educating and promoting the general public about the need to address climate change. Teachers, people who are advocates of better ways of doing things. Some people are adopting ways to address climate change in their own lives. That's even a bigger group. You can certainly stop using single-use plastics. We can do our best to try to live green. And everyone in the entire universe can continually be on the lookout for needs and ways to improve climate preservation. To solve these climate issues that we face really requires informing people about the need to make some big changes. They have to consider just what kind of impact their lives are having on sustainability and on society. People are going to have to feel they own the changes that they need to make. They will have to want to hire to new ways and give up old ways of doing things. It really does not work just to tell people what they should be doing. We also need creativity. We need to find and deliver better alternatives to current practices. Better alternatives are often delivered as business ideas. It's not necessarily bad to receive payment for something that will help the environment too. That indicates that people agree with you, that there is value in your solution to the climate. If it's something where individual users may not have the funds, then you look for sponsorship, you look for a business model that will involve other sources of support, such as government grants. And finally, in order to really solve climate issues, we must aim for lasting systemic change. You must have a sustainable solution that will last even after you're no longer involved. We can see this on this chart. Our goal should be the right-hand side, lasting, sustainable change in the system. On the activism side, we can teach and promote systemic change. Up here, where I have called this social entrepreneurship, is where we're actually creating new concrete goods or services that will lead to better ways of managing our environment. Over here, within the system, you can still do good social service providing, and you can do activism, for instance, encourage governments to have particular policies would be a good way to try to improve the current system. We can see this through examples. So the problem with activities on the left-hand side is that once you stop, probably the activities cease too. If you are devoting time to rooting trees in the forest, that's a wonderful thing. But once you stop, how do you get the next generation of people to plant trees? On the right side, these important organizations like the World Sustainable Development Forum are educating people and system change. They're helping the ideas to come from people who are creative, to have business or nonprofit ideas that involve system change, like the circular economy. Many of the Protect Our Planet movement, young people have come up with great ideas that will really change our system, some in small ways, some in big ways, but they lead to lasting change. Now, the process of having an impact starts with looking around you. What are the needs that you see around you? And what are the ways in which you can have an immediate impact by changing what you're doing in your own life? You can also promote system change almost immediately. And then you can look for opportunities while you're living in this way that will cause lasting change. Once you have an opportunity, then you need to identify and put together the resources that will allow you to deliver the change. You need to find supporters. There are three kinds of support: time, talent, or treasure. So you need volunteers, you need advisors, and yes, you'll probably need some sponsors who you can convince to share your vision. The other thing you need is a business model that will make the idea sustainable. You have to look at covering costs, looking ahead to the next generation, because if you really want to create lasting, there will be lasting costs involved. How do you cover those? So everyone can do something now about issues like climate change. When you have a good concrete idea, yes, go for it. In the meantime, get involved with an organization that educates and promotes sustainability. Even before you organization to be involved with, yourself to adhere to green principles and begin with the challenges to sustainability that everyone sees right around them. I'm wearing an Aloha shirt because it's hot in California today. We're having the hottest weather summer on record in California. We must do something in how we're living our lives. So, final few words: how you achieve success in this kind of a mission. Keep yourself motivated throughout the process. It doesn't happen in a day. Um, and if you start something, seems to be going well, don't get too comfortable. We all have a great deal to do to save the planet. The second thing is to understand context in order to communicate your vision. You must empathize with the people who don't see your vision right now. You must understand how the world looks to families, your coworkers, your bosses, top leaders, people with money, other stakeholders. What are they worried about? What are their motivations? How can you find something that matches? Until you can find something that they are willing to take ownership of, they're probably not going to change. So you need to look for solutions that these people will love to use. And you have to let others share the ownership of your vision or your idea. What they hear is a lot more important than what you want to say. So you must reach the language that they can understand. Otherwise, it's a little bit like cheering it like a soccer fan while you're sitting in an opera concert. It just doesn't make the people around you comfortable, and it doesn't really help anybody. So I think that we all have things that we can do to address climate change. It's a wonderful opportunity. I think wonderful that as young people, you have decided to find ways in which you can be involved now. There are a million and one ways. Go for it. Uh, I hope that I can be a supporter from the sidelines or in a closer way. Very best wishes with this conference and very best wishes with your impact. Thank you very much.